I'm Grace, and today in the kitchen we're making 3 easy snacks that don't need the oven. They're all family friendly and they're really easy to make. Our first recipe is a Weetbix slice. We've also got 50 calorie protein balls and a watermelon smoothie. All of these recipes also could be vegan if you swap out the whey protein powder for a pea-based protein powder. So the first recipe we're going to make today is a Weetbix slice. My kids love this recipe. We have 10 Weetbix, 2/3 of a cup of rice malt syrup, 2/3 of a cup also of coconut oil. We have 3 scoops of chocolate protein powder. Like I said, it can be whey-based or a pea protein sauce. 100 grams of medjool dates that I've just shoved through the blender so they're a little bit squashier. We have 1/4 of a cup of peanut butter, 1/4 of a cup of cacao powder, and then for our icing on top, we have 125 grams of chocolate chips and an extra bit of coconut oil. So our method is that we're going to be breaking up all the Weetbix and popping them in our bowl, adding all of the other ingredients other than our icing, mixing it all up together and popping it all over into a tin with baking paper and squashing it all down nice and flat. So it's so easy to make. I'll get started. So breaking our Weetbix slices up so they're quite small. We don't want any big chunks of Weetbix in there when we're eating our slice. We've got 10, this is where the kids like to jump on in, makes a bit of a mess. All right, so they're broken up nicely. We'll add everything else in. Our dates, peanut butter. Who doesn't love peanut butter, right? Anything with peanut butter in it is a good thing. With our rice malt syrup and coconut oil, I do like to warm them up in the microwave. You don't have to, but I feel as though it mixes through and combines a little bit better. So we're gonna do that now. Just pop them in the microwave to make them warm, probably just for about 30 seconds. Just combines a little bit easier that way. And our rice malt syrup. Found the biggest spoon that I could find for you guys. This smells so good. So it's nicely combined now. All we're gonna do is pop it in our baking tray. We make this recipe pretty well every week with the kids. It doesn't last too long in the house. I think if you make it, you'll have to tie your hands up so you don't eat it all in one day. Okay, and we are squashed down nice and flat. The last thing we're gonna do is just gonna melt our chocolate chips and coconut oil in the microwave. I microwaved it for 1.5 minutes. Of course, that might vary depending on your microwave. And all we're gonna do is pour it on top. Doesn't have to perfectly cover all of it. And now we just refrigerate it long enough for it to set, which is usually about 20 minutes. But the longer the better before you actually do slice it up. Our second recipe today is our chocolate protein ball, and this one is special because it's just 50 calories of protein ball, which is really, really low, so it's fantastic if you want to eat more for your value. What we have today is 60 grams of coconut flour, 60 grams or 2 scoops of protein powder, 15 grams of cacao powder. We've also got 1 tablespoon of sugar-free maple syrup, 25 grams of chocolate chips, and 180 mils of almond milk. So all we have to do to make these balls is literally put everything in the bowl and mix it up and then roll them into nice chocolate balls. So we've got our protein powder and our cacao powder, our coconut flour, maple syrup, our almond milk, and can't forget our chocolate chips. It doesn't really matter what order you put them in, you can just pop it all in together and combine it. So if the kids want to go crazy and throw it all in together, that's completely fine. So just going to mix it all up together. So if you find that your protein balls are a little dry or a little too damp, that can vary depending on the protein powder that you're using. So you can add a little bit more syrup or almond milk, so a little bit more of the liquid. Or alternatively, if they are too wet, you can add a little bit more protein powder or coconut flour. So it will vary. Make sure you have a nice consistency so that you can actually roll them into a ball and they'll stay in a ball. All right, we're looking good. We can roll them up. So with our protein balls, just grabbing a small amount, rolling it up. They are perfect. And after we've rolled them, we pop them on this plate and pop them in the fridge to set, which just firms them up a little bit more. These are a really great snack. Pre-workout, post-workout, afternoon 3:30 munchies. So at home I have a 4-year-old son and a 1.5-year-old daughter. My son loves cooking with me, especially these recipes that are really nice and quick and he doesn't have to wait before he eats them. You could eat these before they were refrigerated if you needed to. So we have 12 perfect protein balls and we're going to pop these ones in the fridge for about 20 minutes, just long enough for them to get firm. So our last recipe today is the watermelon smoothie. I find that smoothies are really handy for kids, a really good way to get nutrients into them if they're a bit fussy with their eating. All we need today is a cup of watermelon, 1/3 of a cup of light coconut milk, 10 grams of shredded coconut, and half a banana. All we're going to do is throw it all into the blender and blend it up. Looks so good. So we can just make it look a little bit extra fancy with a bit of coconut garnish on the top. And that's our smoothie. So you can see we finished all of our recipes today. They were so quick and easy. We have our watermelon smoothie, our Weetbix slice, our 50-calorie chocolate protein balls. They're so delicious. Make sure you leave a comment if you do make any of the recipes. Let me know your favorites. The link is down below if you want to follow through to find the rest of the recipes. Make sure you subscribe to our Ryderwear channel. Click the bell button to get notifications on our new uploads. And remember, I'm Grace, and I'll see you guys next time.